Unresolved Problem segment tonight, the battle of the sexes. There's some good news. Abortions in America have dropped to their lowest level since 1976, but still 1.2 million fetuses are destroyed every year, the latest stats from 2005. And some believe there's a change in the conception arena in general, especially when it involves wealthy men. A number of high-profile paternity cases have hit the news lately. Patriot quarterback Tom Brady, actor David Spade, and actor Eddie Murphy, among others, have all been involved in high-profile support cases. So what's going on here? With us now, Lisa Pinto, an attorney here in New York City, and from San Francisco, Marc Rudov, the author of the book, The Man's No-Nonsense Guide to Women. Whoa. I haven't read that book, Marc, because I need to keep my women audience intact here for the Factor, but perhaps when I retire. So you feel there's actual change going on here in the way some women view getting pregnant?
Well, what's happening, Bill, is it's a result of what comes out of Hollywood, and you just gave 3 good examples, where Hollywood sets the tone for the morals in this country. You're a culture warrior, you should know that. And what Hollywood is saying is that having an out-of-wedlock birth is a cool thing. Matthew McConaughey just announced that he and his Brazilian girlfriend are going to have a baby. They're not married. So everybody gets the idea that this is a cool thing to do. And on the social policy side, family courts basically say to women, you can get cash for your kids, so why shouldn't you have them? And that's what's happening. Now, if the man is a rich actor or if he's a rich athlete, that's the easiest way for a woman to get 18 years of guaranteed income by getting herself pregnant.
It's interesting, though, but this has been going on for quite some time. When you say Hollywood, you mean the television industry, the recording industry, and all the entertainment industry, and I agree.
Right.
There's no stigma attached anymore. When I was growing up, if a woman got pregnant out of marriage, it was a huge deal out on Levittown.
That's right.
Now it's not, and in some cases it's chic. But the targeting of getting pregnant for wealthy people, do you feel that's on the upswing?
Absolutely, and because women know that look, if David Spade were a penniless pool boy, then this woman, Gillian Grace, would not be having.
How do you know? Maybe she's in love with Mr. Spade.
They haven't seen each other since the occurrence last year. Oh. And what she did was she went public with it. She put it on her website. Yeah. Instead of handling it privately with him, she put it on her website before there's even any DNA test.
I want you to think about it. I'm going to have Lisa chime in on this, but I want you to think about it. It's Spade's fault, man. You know, I mean, he could have prevented the whole situation. I'll tell you. Marc,
Bill,
Lisa's turn. Go.
David Spade says, I had a relationship with her. If the paternity test shows that this is my kid, I am more than happy to support this child. He's doing the right thing.
But that's not the argument, though. The argument that Marc is making is that these guys are targeted. They're targeted by women because women know that they're going to get a lot of money, and it's a mercenary deal.
I understand that, Bill, but isn't there a small thing you can buy in a square packet?
Yeah, that's why Spade is responsible. I don't feel sorry for him, and I think most of our audience doesn't either. But do you think that Marc is right, that some women are targeting this kind of a situation?
It's so cynical and misogynistic because, come on, Marc.
Well, wait a minute. Cynical and misogynistic, but is it true?
No, I don't.
So you don't think any women on Earth do this?
I think there are a couple of girls who'd like to marry Mr. Right, and
and they're willing to go
baby.
that
they
far?
Call having the first baby the insurance policy up here in my neighborhood in the Upper East Side.
So how can you refute what he says?
But here's what: it doesn't work as for them across the country on a national level because a quarter of the people who are due child support get their child support in full. The other 3/4 are completely out of luck.
But I think that I agree with Marc that this is a growing phenomenon in the United States, that if a woman, for whatever emotional or financial reasons, feels that her life's going to be better with a baby, she's going to target somebody and get pregnant. I believe there's no stigma against that at all.
Well, women should be having babies because our population rate's going down, Bill.
Lisa,
we want more babies in America. We want to keep up with the rest of the world.
Don't you understand that the poverty in this country is driven by that kind of a situation that you just cited? No child support paid?
60% of abortions are had by women who have children already. It's not, that's the population that's getting rid of their
Women should be having babies if they can support the babies on their own. All right, Marc, so now the anecdotal, there hasn't been a study on this that I know of, so this is all anecdotal by you. that you think that women are now targeting, because it's always been pretty easy, though, to get movie stars and get paid under the table, has it not? I don't know what the difference is in 2008 than in 1998.
Well, a couple of things: that there's no shame involved anymore, as you said before, and the things that just came out of Lisa's mouth, to say that exposing bad behavior is misogyny, that's ridiculous. Look, a woman, and Bill, you said that it's David Spade's fault. A woman is responsible for whether she becomes pregnant,
but so
and
is
whether
Spade.
she remains pregnant.
So is Brady and Spade and Eddie Murphy and everybody else.
With you, Bill.
It's 50-50.
Barry Bonds blamed his trainer for steroids. That's just as ridiculous for a woman blaming a man. If a woman really doesn't want to become pregnant...
Look, how can I get this across to you, Mark? It takes two to do it, so they both have equal responsibility, Mark.
But Bill, it's a woman's body, and she's the one that's going to get pregnant. She's the one who can determine that she's not going to get pregnant.
Not buying that at all.
Well,
I don't feel sorry for these guys.
I
don't feel sorry for these guys. They walk in, the situation happens, and then they got to pay. I'm going to give Lisa the last word. God help me.
Bill, I just think that this sort of targeting of women who end up pregnant by mistake is something that we shouldn't do on national television. So what? Miss March didn't use contraception, neither did David Spade. Hopefully she'll be a cautionary tale to others, but to then condemn every young woman who gets pregnant out of wedlock.
Not condemning anybody, but it's not good for the child, obviously. And that's my primary concern. It's not good for the child. And if there's a venal reason to do it, I want money, then you should condemn it as well. Mark, Lisa, thanks very much. We appreciate it. Right back with new information about that fatal tiger attack in San Francisco.